Hey guys, okay, so this will be my first video on my YouTube channel. Right now I am in my car and I'm down by the river. This is the same place that I told my boyfriend about this whole story that I'm about to tell you. So I figured it was an appropriate spot. Okay, so this video is going to be about who am I, why now, and what's different. So just so you guys know, one, where I can see myself is over there. So if I'm looking over there, that's why. I've never done a video before. This is my first time, so it's kind of weird. And also number two, I have written down this whole story on my phone, and I'm going to be referring back to it. Hopefully I don't forget anything. I only have 20 minutes to record this, so hopefully I hit everything. Okay, so my name is Melanie. I'm 21 years old and I'm from Canada. I've been obese my entire life, and so yeah, 21 years of being obese is a long time. The only time I can remember being at a healthy weight, I think I was about 5 or 6. And at that point I started making my own decisions about food. And I did what any kid would do. I ate what was bad. I ate all the time, and I just ate too much too often. Oh my god, it's so hot today. Sorry, I have to like adjust the heat or the air. Okay, so I'm an only child, and my parents love me dearly, but I felt like they could never say no to me. If I wanted something, I got, like if I wanted a treat or something, I got it. And my mom, she's bipolar, and because of her illness she can't work, so my dad works a lot, and because of that I had to grow up really fast, and I had to basically fend for myself from a very young age. And yeah, so basically when I was a kid I had a lot of friends, but so I would look up to like a lot of celebrities who all had perfect bodies. I looked at my Barbie dolls, who of course had a perfect body. I looked at my friends who were thin, since I was pretty much the only person in my friend groups and school and everything who was overweight, and I was the only one who was overweight. So I looked at those people and I felt very ostracized. I felt very different, and I noticed that from a very young age, and because of that I thought things that no little girl should think of. And there, basically I started to hate my body, and I was only 12. So after I kind of went from hating my body to ignoring it. So I would ignore my problem, and then I would solve it with food. Food for me is the one thing that I go to. I go to food when I'm stressed, when I'm upset. I go to food when I'm happy. No matter what it is, food is my one thing that I sometimes feel out of control with. Now, I mean, that can apply to alcohol, drugs, smoking, whatever. But food is one thing that I struggle with every single day, and I feel like no matter what weight I'm at, food is one thing that I will always struggle with. So growing up, I was out of shape. I had asthma, so if I ran, I would get an asthma attack. And because of that, I hated exercise. I absolutely despised exercise, because not only was I overweight and very, very out of shape, but I couldn't run because I would get an asthma attack and like take my puffer, have to go to the hospital or whatever. So I hated it, and I got bullied a lot. I've had people casually ask me how much I weigh as a kid, to which I would either not answer at all, or I would just say, oh, I don't know, because I don't have a scale at home, which was not true. Oh, there's people. Okay, well, they can watch me take videos in my car. Anyway, I've had I've had boys in my class all be in a group and be like, oh yeah, she's the biggest girl in the whole school. Now, let's just be real right now. I live in a really small town. I went to a really small school. My actual class size was like maybe 20 at the most. So I highly doubt I was the biggest person there. But I heard that. And I've had people ask me why I cut my jeans because they don't fit my hips. I've literally had a friend ask if I shop in maternity and then laugh in my face, which, I mean, that's just absolutely ridiculous, but whatever. So I grew up and I was very envious of anybody who was skinny. I thought they just had high metabolisms. It was easy for them. Everything in life would be perfect if I was skinny. That's what I thought. So yeah, that sucked. Anyways, let's see. Okay, so when I was in grade 10, it was mandatory to take gym in grade 10, and it was also mandatory to do fitness tests. So in the fitness test, we had to run for 30 minutes. We had to do a bunch of push-ups, sit-ups, like you name it, we did a bunch. It was like an hour of this fitness test, and it was part of our grade. Now, coming from being a kid who couldn't run around one track without having an asthma attack, I was really scared of these fitness tests, not sure if I could even do it. And I remember the first one, I was so like nervous about being able to do it, having an attack. And so anyways, I did it. And that was the first time that I realized that I had outgrown asthma. So I had outgrown my childhood asthma, and I was so excited. Like, I cannot explain to you guys enough how much of a blessing that was into my life, that I outgrew my asthma and I am actually able to run. And from that point, I started to like exercise, and I started to enjoy fitness a lot more, just because I could do it. I could actually do it. I mean, I wasn't good. I was completely out of shape, but I did it, and it was awesome. So after that point, I started working out and eating healthier. I made better choices, and yeah, I ended up losing 30 pounds before my grad, which was really a huge accomplishment for me. And I will go into more detail about my story in other videos. This is just an overview. So anyways, I got more into nutrition, more into fitness. I really started to try working out. I tried new things. I tried new recipes, and part of me always kind of fell in love with that. Over time, I gained the weight back. My highest weight has always been around the 250 range. And when I get to that point, I just think, okay, enough is enough. I can't get any more than this. But I feel like my body really likes that weight and stays at 250. And I've lost weight. I mean, I've lost 10 pounds. I don't know how many times I lose 10 pounds and then I gain it right back. So when I lost 30 pounds and I started to see my clothes not fitting, and it was actually like a shock. Like, I never even thought I could do that. And then I did it, and all of a sudden I'm in this new body that I don't even really recognize, and it was just very weird, and I feel like I'm going to experience that again. Anyways, another part of growing up overweight was I hated going to the doctor. When I went to the doctor, they would weigh me, and I would get guilt tripped by my doctor about how I need to lose weight, but they would never tell me how. And not only just weight in general, but, you know, they would tell you being obese means that you could develop heart disease, you could get diabetes one day. It also affects birth control when you're a girl. You can't take the patch, you can't take the injection because you're too big. It won't be effective. Also with the pill, there's a risk of blood clots, yada, yada, yada. There's a lot of things that affect you when you're overweight, even in health, even when you're young, even when you're still healthy. And so I hated going to the doctor for that reason. So I've also had, okay, so for growing up, I suffered from binge eating disorder. So that was my thing, is not only would I like binge eat just in general, but I did it all the time. I literally binge ate like every day. I would eat until I was so full that I was sick. Like, anyways, that was like for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. And I didn't even realize anything was wrong with that. Like, I just thought, oh, well, I just want to eat. I'm hungry. I'm growing, whatever. And then when I started to lose weight, I feel like things kind of changed. And because I was losing weight, I was so scared of putting it back on that I started to do other things that weren't healthy. Now, I got into the habit of, I would count my calories to the T. And, which wasn't good. Like, I feel like I couldn't even go out of my house because it meant that I couldn't properly count my calories. And I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. Now, it got to one point, I was counting calories so religiously that I would only eat 1,200 calories a day. And if I worked out, then maybe I had 800 calories a day. And that was a good day for me. Like, I thought I was accomplishing something. But really, I was starving myself. And I would drink a lot of water so that I felt full, but it was like too much, like, you know what I mean? Like, and because I drank all the water, I just wouldn't eat. And so I started to develop a different sort of eating disorder. And after that, I just decided, like, you know what? Even if I get big, like, I can't live like this anymore. Just like, people don't realize also the mental workout, I guess, the mental side of this whole thing is so huge, because it is really easy to binge eat. It's really easy to give up, go out, eat a whole bunch of food, and then feel crappy about yourself. And it is really easy to get into the mentality of, when you're losing weight, like, oh, well, if I don't eat this, then I'm going to gain even more weight. And, like, awesome. You get into these weird, like, your brain almost, like, pulls tricks on you. And you start to think really unhealthy things. Now, that's what I did. And so I was depressed. I was depressed if I gained weight. And it was not healthy. Now, in the past, I've also had a personal trainer, and, which was good, because when I had her, she showed me circuit training, and I felt like circuit training is something that I absolutely love. I still do it to this day, and I did learn a lot. I lost 10 pounds, and I gained it all back, of course, as soon as I didn't have a trainer anymore. I took 2 years off after high school, and during this time I was working, but I also got very interested in nutrition. I was researching all of the foods that I was eating, why they're good for my body. Since I was counting calories, I was interested in what has protein, what has carbs, what has fat, what is good fat, what's the best choices for me, what do I love to cook. Everything came all at once, I guess. And I started actually working at Curves, which is like a health and wellness facility, and I started working out there. I worked out there at least 5 days a week, and I wasn't following the nutrition plan there at the time. It's called Curves Complete, and I was actually undergoing training. It was like a nutrition course online that I had to take. And so I learned, it was through the Mayo Clinic, and it was really interesting. I learned about portion sizes. I learned about, like, emotional eating. I learned so many things, so that was really cool. I've tried so many different things. I've tried low carbs. I've tried no carbs, pretty much, which was keto. I've tried paleo. I've tried being vegetarian. I've tried a lot of things, and basically I've come to the conclusion that for me, I can't do a plan. I can't do Weight Watchers. I can't do 21 Day Fix. I can't do a certain lifestyle. My lifestyle is what works for me and what makes me feel good, and what I'm eating is food that I absolutely love. The exercise that I'm doing is things that I absolutely love. And I find that plans have an expiry date and this doesn't. Like, I feel like my lifestyle has no expiry date. And that's the reason why I don't do any plans. I just do what works best for me, basically. So what else do I have in here that I have missed? Let's keep going. Sorry about this. I can't even edit this out, and I only have 4 minutes left. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so that's who I am. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I am doing this for my health. Health is the biggest thing. The hugest motivator for me. When I eat healthy, I feel better. When I drink lots of water, I feel more energized. I just feel like the best me that I can be. When I work out, I have so much more energy. I sleep better. I feel better about my body. Like, health is the number one reason. I love to go hiking. I love running now. I'm actually training to do a 5K next year. And I love weight training now. I used to do a lot of weight training and I gained a lot of muscle, and then I lost it all, and now I'm sad and I don't want to lose muscle anymore. If I go like 2 or 3 days without going to the gym, I get really like antsy. Like, I want to go back. So, why now? Why is it different? Because I feel like everything that I have been through in my life has led me to this point. All of the knowledge that I have gotten has led me right here, right now. And I feel like I kind of have all the tools to just go in and do it. Like, if I fail, I fail. But what if I don't, right? So that's the reason why it's different this time. And also what's different is I'm not giving up. I don't care how long it takes. My goal is to lose 100 pounds, according to BMI, which is not always the best indication, but according to BMI, if I weigh, according to my height, I'm 5'7", 150 pounds is a healthy weight range. Now, if I never reach that number for whatever reason, if I get to 180, okay, and I am healthy, then yeah, maybe I'll stop there. If I'm not chasing a number anymore, and this is for health, yes, if I lose 100 pounds, that's awesome, but there's no time limit on it. If it takes me 2 years, awesome. If it takes me 5 years, great. But this, I'm honestly in this for life. I'm tired of being overweight. I'm so tired of it holding me back from the things I want to do. This is something that I'm doing for myself, and I want to do it for my future family. I want to do it for my kids one day. I want to do it so that I can wear a wedding dress that I love. There's so many reasons. So future Mel, future me, watch back on this video anytime that you feel like turning around and kick yourself in the butt. Anyways, my video is going to stop in 1 minute and 31 seconds. So, I mean, I think I did pretty good. I covered most of the stuff. I hope you like this video. I know it was 20 minutes. It was really long. I felt like I had a lot of stuff to cover. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. My Instagram is Mel's Weight Loss Journey _ You can follow me on there for pretty much all of my posts. And you can also comment on this. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've been in any of these situations yourself. And yeah, just say hi, because there's going to be a lot more videos, I think, in the future. So thank you again for letting me just share my story and get it out there. I feel really better just having it out there. So yeah, bye guys.